Happy Saturday, everybody. This is Jessica Lynn from Jessica Lynn Original Studios at JessicaLynnOriginal.com. So today I thought, I had just tested out and reviewed these really cool white ink acrylic pens. And so I thought, you know what, for Christmas, I had gotten a gift certificate for Amazon to be able to buy some more supplies. And thank you, Amy, side note. She has got me completely hooked on the distressed ink and the stencils. And so I thought, you know what, let's build our own background or our sky. And I will say, I think I should have used darker colors, but I do think they blend really well together and they do look beautiful. So I always start with the lightest color, and I wanted to kind of make it almost like that's the center, so that'll kind of be where our image will live, and then we'll build out from there. And I realized halfway through this, I didn't put a piece of paper down underneath, so it got a little bit on my black mat. Don't make that mistake. It's really hard to get that out. I did get it out of my mat, but just know, a little pre-planning, make sure you, put a nice big sheet of paper down first. The one thing I really love about the Distress Oxide inks is that they blend so well together, and it's so fun because you'll think, oh, it looks good. And then you come back, see right there, I got it on the, no, right there. So I will grab a bigger piece of paper in just a second. But what I really love is how well they really do blend together. And it's one of those where you think they look great. You walk away for like 5 minutes, and then they're even better. So it's kind of an exciting process, but if you're like me and you're impatient, just take the time, let them set first before you start doing stuff to them. They don't smear a whole lot, but they darken up a little bit as they sort of set. So give them a little time to set before you, start drawing skies and stars and all kinds of fun stuff on them. So we're going to go ahead and let all of this mix up together. I love these colors together. I love the blues. They all just blend so beautifully. And you can see, look, I just keep circling and it's kind of got a lighter area. So I really want to try. I bought a stencil that has clouds that I've seen other people use, especially Amy. That's how I met her, is because I loved her cloud card. But I want to try that with the really dark sky. Like, I just want to see if that'll be, how that'll work. And I kind of want to try a purple sunset too. But the blue one here absolutely is gorgeous. I love this. It's something I've been practicing for a while now. You're going to see it a lot more in my videos, because I think that when I go ahead and illustrate my book, I am going to make all the backgrounds like this. Just because I love the color and how saturated it is. I just think it looks really pretty. So in case you're wondering why you've seen more of these on my channel, one, I think they're awesome. Two, like I said, I'm going to use these, I think, as the background for my books, because I think it will really showcase the characters well in print form. So, all right, so there's my inks. We'll just line them up there. And then we're going to go ahead and get out my new white paint pens. Now, we are going to be featuring in this card that I'm going to make. This is one of our gnome stamps. I don't have a lot of these left, but if you visit JessicaLynnOriginal.com, you can go and pick this little guy up. It's a 4x6 stamp set, so it's got quite a few different sentiments, and of course this gnome as well as a few others. But he's who's going to kind of be in that background. Now, I went on my phone and I found this picture, and this is actually a painting someone did, and you can see they just did a bunch of spots to reflect like a shooting star. So I thought, I wonder if we can create that with this pen. So I just, I went ahead and just dove in. And, it could be really fun. You could do, like, if you really have someone who loves space or stars, you could really do, like, Big Dipper, Little Dipper. You could do, Orion's belt, all that fun stuff. You could use this white with a contrasting blue to do that. Now, I kind of monitored the picture that I found online, and I sort of tried to just recreate what I saw. And I think this looks pretty good. I really like it. I'm going to go ahead and draw the tail the way they did, where it's really long. And again, this is more just sketchy, just sketching along. And I kind of feel like if I would have just added a little bit more, I think I maybe would have stopped there, but I wanted to make it as close to the original because the original had both white and black acrylic as the paint. So you can see I kind of made it long, just like the original picture. And then I'm going to go ahead and get out the black paint pen, and I'm going to go in and add the black the same way they did in the illustration. Again, there's no right or wrong. You know, I could have stopped here and went, oh, that's perfect. But I decided to go ahead and try with the black, which I think looks good too. I like the contrast with it, so you'll see that in a moment. But just know, you know, you could go, I just want, you know, the 4 little stars. I'm going to draw the Little Dipper and then a comet, you know, or you could just draw the comet or whatever you choose. And that's the fun of the card making. You don't have to pick one or the other. So to get these started, remember you have to shake them quite a bit, and then you push down vertically and it for like 2 or 3 seconds, if that, and then the ink just starts to come out of there. So the acrylic paint. I'm just going to shake this up a little more. Just like nail polish, you want to hear that little ball or that little thing kind of move around. And now you can see by adding the extra little black, it just sort of makes it pop a little more, which I think will help once we actually add the gnome. So let's go ahead and build up a starry sky, and then we will continue on. Alright, so now that we've got it all set, we're going to go ahead and just cut this out. Again, I am a big fan of the Brother Scan and Cut, so I would have preferred to use that, but I decided to just fussy cut it out with my scissors. No big deal. Looking so cute. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and color this adorable little gnome in. Now, just a side note, I'm going to color it in with a mixture of Copics and some Cali art markers. You can color it in using colored pencils, crayon, anything, right? But this stamp set is available on our website, so I'll put a link so you guys can find that as well down below. I will also put a link into the Distress inks as well as to the white pen. I'm really happy with them. Yesterday I did a review, or a product review, on the white acrylic ink pen, and it looks really cool. It does take a little bit of time to dry, just so that you're not surprised by that. Very much like the oxide inks, you know, I kind of had to let them sit for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then I could go in and draw on it, and then I had to leave the white acrylic pens for 5 or 10 minutes. So that's why I kind of staged this to be able to do different pieces of this product as I go, or this project as I go. And And I'm going to color his beard in with gray because I'm going to use some of the white marker to add extra highlights. So I think that that'll be really cute. The little gnomes are just adorable. I really like them. I'm so happy with, you know, how our set turned out. I actually drew them live on a video, oh boy, last summer. So if you go and search Gnomes in our YouTube channel, I actually drew these guys live on air while I was talking to people. And that's one of the things that I love about being an artist, being a small business owner. You know, I can draw these on the fly while I'm hanging out chatting with you. You know, are they the perfect version? No, I go through and do cleanup. But it's a lot of fun to be able to be the artist. People joke all the time. They're like, don't cheat though. If you don't like something, don't redraw it. And so I have to remind myself when I'm card making that I shouldn't draw extra pieces that don't exist. And so I really try and focus on that to make sure that I stay true to the stamp line that I produce. Now, if you haven't guessed, he has a little bit of a thing. Maybe he should have some buckets perhaps, or maybe, I don't know. You know, I'm thinking maybe a bunch of mops that are delivering a lot of water to him is kind of what he reminds me of. Obviously, you know, my favorite place to travel and visit is Disney. I love them. And so this My Little Wizard is just inspired by that. So I just put on his little hat and his own version. It's almost like he's cosplaying, you know, that character. But so cute. I love the way this is going to look. I can't wait. Wait until you see when I add the white lines in. Those acrylic pens really can make such a big difference. Obviously, shadow highlights also do, but don't be afraid to try them. The only downside is that, you know, you have to think about it a couple of times before you draw those lines, because once those white lines are on there, they're really hard to get rid of, especially acrylic. The Copic markers don't allow for a lot of mistakes. So you can see I'm just kind of going in and sketching in around just to make the beard pop. And it's kind of funny because when I outlined it with the extra white like that, it almost made it look like he was wearing like a little fake wig, like a fake beard, kind of a costume, which kind of made me laugh. So it's still cute. Again, just adding in those little shadows and highlights. It makes him look a little glossy, which I really like the way this looks. So we'll go ahead and finish this. And I am going to outline this because I saw this on a video where someone took white and outlined the black. And it looks so cool. And I am so happy that I tried it because it looks, I love this. I'm really happy. The sentiment that I'm going to use is actually from our brand new Chihuahua stamp set. And it says, love you with all my heart. And so we're going to put that. It's a clear photopolymer. All of our stamps that we have, our photopolymers, are made in the United States. I draw the art. I have them produced here in the United States. And then we go ahead and sell them out to all of our amazing customers. So please know, we don't outsource anything out any farther than within the United States. I am a firm believer of supporting our country and making sure that we, you know, keep all of us moving forward. So I am really proud to say that. I'm also very proud to say that, you know, I draw all the art for my company as well. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. It looks so nice. Love you with all my heart. And up at the top of the comet, I think I'm going to put a little heart, almost like it's my heart that's kind of, oh, you know, leading forward. The Chihuahua stamp set is also available. So let's go ahead and add him on. Now you can see how it's dried. Look at how cool that looks with the little extra white around it and the little shadow, the little highlight on his nose. I'm so happy with the way this turned out. And it's so funny because I couldn't decide where to put him. I'm like over here, nope, over there. It felt more balanced kind of on the left. I think because it made your eye kind of start at the comet, come down and go back into the sentiment. Almost like a letter C. So I think that here comes that little heart. Boom, there it is. Love it. It's almost like the heart is actually what's there and the comet is all the stuff that's just trailing behind. Now, I did not let my oxide inks obviously dry enough because it looks like it actually sucked in some of the acrylic from the pen. Not a big deal, but definitely watch that. You might have to go in and just tweak that up just a little bit more. So this is my card. I'm super happy with it. I think this is one of those that, you know, I love being able to try different products and kind of play around. And I look forward to, at this time, you know, next year, how much more confident and comfortable will I be with the oxide inks? How much more comfortable will I be with that white acrylic pen? And that's kind of, I think, the whole thing about card making, paper crafting, crafting in general. You know, the first time you do something, maybe it's not 100%, but it's pretty darn good. And then you continue to get better and better. So I hope I inspired you. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video. Today is the 15th of January, and I am saying that because we are on day 15 of videos. So don't forget to like this and don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you back again.